Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to Fitness and Finance with Daniel Joseph Trongone. I just woke up today. It's a little late for me. It's 9:15. I'm usually up at the butt crack of dawn, 4 a.m. But since I'm picking up some part-time work while I was laid off, my schedule had a shift. So it's called adaptability, folks. A lot of people, oh, I'm unemployed. Well, I know you're employed, but go grab a job doing something, okay? I have an associate's, a bachelor's, and master's, and second master's, but I stopped it, but I want to keep going eventually. My point is, I'm delivering pizza because I don't want to collect unemployment and continue to collect unemployment if I'm working. Now, I'm working 30 to 40 hours a week. I'm making more than unemployment, and I'm picking up double shifts. I'm starting this channel. I'm making things happen. If I can do it, you can do it. So do me a favor. Like Dave Ramsey says, you have to change your mind. Do you have an Eeyore mentality? Are you a victim or are you a Viking? So go out, slay it or kill it, drag it home. That's what Dave says. 2. Today we're going to talk about baby step 4, right? And then we'll talk about some other health fitness stuff. So baby step 4 is putting 15% of your income away for retirement. Okay? No matter what your income is, right? Put 15% of it. Number 1, again, have your $1,000 baby step fund. 2, get debt free, pay off all your debts. 3, have your 6 months emergency fund. Now baby step 4 is we can now go from saving to investing. It's planning for your future because time is constantly ticking. And what are you doing with your time? All right, that's a big issue I talk to myself about. Do I always execute? No. Look at the bags in my eyes. They're fully packed, ready to rock and roll. Okay, so 15% of your income. If you have a lovely employer that actually gives a crap about its employees, you probably have benefits, medical, dental, and vision, and 401k, right? So a 401k is a pre-tax, before-tax investment account you can put your money in. Now, again, some employers offer what's called a match, a 3%, a 5%, a 10%, which is rare, or more, or less, right? So find out about your employer's 401k. Now, Dave Ramsey says you just put in up to the match, okay? So what I would do is if the employer has a 5% match, you put 5% of your money in, then the employer's matching that money, okay? That's free money you're getting. After that, you're going to do what's called a Roth IRA. So if a 401k is pre-tax money, free from your employer, because you're putting in some of yours, your employer's thoughtful. Okay, now you have what's called a Roth IRA. Roth was by Senator Roth. Originally, it was $5,500 a year. Now you can put $6,000 up to $6,500 a year for married couples. So $6,000 individual, $6,500 for married couples. I'm not sure about those numbers 100%, but look up Roth IRAs. This is post-tax dollars. So after you get paid, you put money into your Roth. Again, so total number is 15%, okay? You want to do the match with your boss, get that free money, and then you want to put Roth money, 15%. You want to do 15% of your money, according to Dave, because any free money, like the Roth, like the 401k, right? That's gravy on the biscuit, as Dave says. That's like free money. That's awesome. You want to put 15% of your own money into retirement, okay? Now, the Roth IRA, Dave recommends finding a professional. I'm not one of them. Finding a professional that knows how to deal with money and that teaches you money. They don't try to sell you things. Don't buy insurances. Whole life insurances are crap. Find somebody that helps you invest long term, right? So, for example, your Roth IRA, Dave recommends you have mutual funds, and all a mutual fund is, you get a bunch of people putting in money into a fund. You're mutually funding this investment. Okay? It's like a pool of money. That's all it is. Okay? And inside this pool of money, you're going to choose things to invest in. Number one, don't invest in things you don't understand. So research and ask your financial advisor to explain these things to you and what's the best option. So Dave recommends you invest in 4 things: growth, stocks, growth and income, aggressive growth, and international. You have 4 different buckets to put some of your money in. That's called diversification. Diversify just means doing different things at once. You're spreading it out, right? It's like poop, right? If the farmer just took a bunch of poop manure and just dumped this giant pile in one spot, it's gonna smell, it's gonna stink, and it's an eyesore. But if you spread this giant manure patch out along the ground absorbs it, and all the nitrogen and minerals from the poop feeds the ground. And what does the ground do? Grows crops. You diversify your Roth IRA, you spread that money across those 4 types of fields: growth, aggressive growth, growth and income, and international. And your money is going to fertilize that Roth and grow it. And the cool thing about growth is it's compound interest. Do me a favor, look up compound interest, 8th wonder of the world. If you're young, start now. If you're not, just start anyway, so you have money in the future. Social Security is not going to be around, like Dave Ramsey says. Okay? So you want baby step 4, 15% of your income. Match with the 401k if you had it. Then go back to a Roth IRA and do 15% of your income. Now, if you're a high income earner, you probably can't do a Roth IRA. So look up something called a backdoor Roth, right? Where you can open up a traditional Roth IRA, put all that money in, and then convert it back into a Roth IRA. So you pay taxes on it. So high income earners can do this. This is legal. This is a loophole. Dave Ramsey has been doing it. So if you're a high income earner, you know, families earning over 200 grand, look up backdoor Roth. Now, real quick, these are all financial things that I'm not qualified to talk about. So go look up on Dave Ramsey's site, ELP, endorse local providers or smart investors in your area. You can put your zip code in, email address, all that stuff. Within 5 minutes, you'll get 5 different people, and then interview them. Help them grow your money. The average person is broke, desperate, stupid, and lazy, full of excuses. How do I know? Because I was one of them. And I started taking control of my life. There's jobs to be done, there's money to be made, and there's a future to harvest if you really focus. That's why I'm doing this, because I really want to harvest and focus on the future. Oh my gosh, I'm cooking while I'm doing this. Give me 1 second. I gotta flip over my breakfast. It's gonna happen. That's real for you, folks. That's real. Now, going back to a fitness thing. So my breakfast is actually about half a pound of ground beef sauteed in some olive oil, put a little sea salt on it. Boom. Protein, fat, vitamin-rich bolus. Bolus means ball. Okay? So now let's go back to fitness stuff. So we talked about sleep. We talked about nutrition, basics, very, very basics. Let's talk about the stress management, okay? And with stress, that's me. I'm a worrywart, right? So I'm reading a book called Tough by Greg Everett. I'm really into the mental health space of becoming more physically dominant because I think that's an area of weakness I was always had, and then I started getting better and better. I'm not very physically gifted. I just like to work out, be disciplined. But I don't want to be a bodybuilder. I don't want to be a powerlifter. I'm old. I just turned 44. I just want to be healthy and athletic for the rest of life. And because, I'm not going to lie, most people on social media who like to brag how fit they are, how strong they are, they probably have an eating disorder. They're probably obsessive compulsive with some sort of other dysfunctions. And they're insecure. Listen, I want you to be strong. I want you to be happy. I want you to be healthy. But you don't have to be like, hey, look at me. I'm great. I need you to be secure with yourself, right? The wise man or woman is too busy learning and working on themselves to go brag about themselves. So what do? They let their actions speak louder than their words, right? That's an old saying. I wish I came up with it. That'd be awesome. But I didn't. So my point is, what's the next step for stress management? Number one, you become the people you hang out with, right? So watch the people you hang out with. Are your friends a bunch of booger-eating morons? They're on social media. They don't read. They don't work out. They don't learn about money. They don't learn about spirituality. And they don't hang out with people that want to better themselves. You become the sum of the 5 people you hang out with, right? Zig Ziglar said this, right? If you're hanging out with a bunch of losers who make minimum wage, you're going to become a loser that makes minimum wage. If you're fat and you hang out with other fat people, you'll become fat and sick. Okay? Check this out. The opposite is true. You hang out with the people you want to be like. You learn their habits. You learn their successes. Okay? So you also earn about 5 to 10%, $5,000 within each person. So if I make 100, somebody else makes 105, somebody makes 95. Like, you all earn the same amount because you hang out with people that are similar, right? So hang out with thoroughbreds. Is a man or woman going to bed early or going to bed late? Are they eating nutritious foods? Are they stimulating their mind and their body? Are they a BS artist? Are they lazy sacks of crap? Are they excuse makers? Whatever. Look at the people you're hanging out with. Look at where you're hanging out with. And look at what you're doing while doing all these other things. That will help manage your stress. Because why? You're putting habits in place. Don't fall in love with just weight loss or muscle building, right? What the end goal is, fall in love with the process, right? I'm finally learning as I get older that it's the journey that matters. Because there's a start point, there's an end point, but the dash in the middle is where life happens. I didn't come up with that. That was from the Dave Ramsey Show. So focus on the dash. Once you get to the end of the dash, reset the journey, move forward. That's a lifelong journey. And while you feel or observing progression, that will minimize stress, depression, anxiety. So for example, I get the most stressed out, anxious, or depressed, whatever you want to call it, when I don't have a goal or future in mind. So let's start this process. Number one, be thankful for as many things as you can. My girlfriend really helps me out with that. Number two, start creating those SMART goals. Create a vision for your future. Chris Hogan says dream in HD. So I'm starting to review all the things and strategies that I want to happen. Okay? Number four, start looking at your time. There's 1,440 minutes in a day, 24 hours in a day, right? What are you doing with them? Oh, I don't have time. Really? Well, get off of social media, spending a couple of hours on that. Stop watching dumbass TV. Read a book. Go work out. Go pick up an extra shift. There's so many things people can do to better themselves, but we fall victim. And I was one of them too. Don't get me wrong, I was one of them. You know, and it's true. Dave Ramsey's right. Like, wake the freak up. Average is broke, desperate, stupid, and lazy. Decide to take action. So I'm grateful for you guys. I'm grateful for this show. And I'm grateful I got a chance to help a new person out yesterday with their health and fitness and mental journey, because it helps me. Again, this is just little snippets, so do me a favor. Keep a little notebook, right? Where you can jot down things that you're grateful for, or jot down things of ideas that you want to try, workouts, books you want to read, anything. Because once you put it from here onto paper, you relieve the stress of holding on to that idea, and you manifest it by bringing it to reality, by putting it on paper. All right, folks, have a great day. I'll talk to you soon. Bye.